Hey, good morning, you guys. Is the top of my head cut off? I don't know. I'm using my camera. My phone, something's taken up the storage space on my phone, and I'm deleting stuff, and I don't know. I've deleted everything I can possibly delete, and I don't know. Something's up with my phone. So there's no room to really record on that. The quality would be a little bit higher than this camera. Anyway, I wanted to go into a couple things that I've used over the years. So this is in no way theory at all. I'm not a guitar theory teacher. So if you're looking for detailed theory, I'm not the guy. But what I want to show you, something called an octave chord, or at least I call it an octave chord. And it may not be correctly the octave chord that somebody else might show you. But so I use this a lot in that band I was in called Machine. So basically, it's easy. It's easy. The only thing that's a little bit difficult is you kind of have to muffle, though your pointing finger will automatically do it in some cases, but it's an octave chord. So when you have your guitar tuned into standard and you play, say, 3rd fret, which is a G, okay, play that note, the same note, which is an octave higher, is you skip a string, okay, and you move up 2 frets. So that's the same note, okay? Now if you play those together, that's an octave chord. So a regular bar chord, I would be adding the A string, the 2nd string, and it would sound like that. But I used octave chords a lot. They kind of have a certain sound. I always really liked it. So I used octave chords all the time in Machine, because I didn't really know how to play chords that well, so I kind of faked it, which I realized was creative in its own way, that I stuck to my own, style. I didn't copy anybody. I wanted to be original, but I also I stayed away from theory. I had a few guitar lessons just to learn the basics, and then I kind of went off on my own. But yeah, so you can do that, and what happens is your first finger automatically muffles. I mean, if you're holding your, I don't know, maybe not everybody's finger will do that, because if you go like that, then you won't be muffling it. Okay, so if you hear the 2nd string on an octave chord, it's going to sound messed up. So you have to muffle it. See the difference? That's without muffling it. That's with muffling it. And you can mix them. So if you want to do octave chords and bar chords, or whatever, right? So there's that. I hope that makes sense. And this is something else, I really got into when I started playing more acoustic, which I think I got into acoustic probably about 1990. So what you can do is you take a chord like, we'll just say the E major, okay? I'll show you the E major chord. A lot of you probably know it, or the musicians there, but for the ones that want to play guitar that don't know this chord, your first finger, 1st fret, 4th string. Okay? 2nd finger. Okay, now this is kind of weird because your 2nd finger's and the 2nd fret, 2nd string, 3rd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string. Okay, so that's E major. If you lift your 1st finger, it's a minor, E minor. Okay, now what I want to show you, get back to the point. I'm losing the point, Perky. Okay, we go like this. You move up. Stick with the same chord. Now you can find points where it just sounds good, you know, or it sounds like a chord you want to use. So say if I want to do like a pretty riff, I can go, or that, there we go. Stick with the same chord. And I go. Right? Or you can go all the way up. And you can change to another chord, say the C. Keep going up until it sounds good. You can add your pinky. Add your pinky like below your 3rd finger on the 1st string. Right? Does that make sense? You gain more full chord. Alright? And yeah. So that's mainly what I wanted to show you guys. Just a couple small techniques. I can play a riff where I kind of use this idea for a riff that I wrote recently. So this is a riff where I use, it's basically kind of like an F chord, but this is the riff. You know, something like that. So, and there's another riff I was working on. This is an older riff, but it's kind of the same strumming pattern, but I work again with a chord that I just kind of made up. I don't exactly know what it's called. It's kind of a reverse bar chord. Let's see, sorry. Yeah, so that's something else. A little bit of the same idea. I'm playing some different chords in there, but, you know, just work with what your ear, when you find a chord that strikes you and you're like, oh, I like that, you know, you can work with it. Also, you can work with plucking single notes. So if you find a chord you like, say like, so I really like this chord. It's a C on the, you know, whatever, that's the 9th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th position, okay? Okay, you can go like this, pluck single notes. Or pluck, you know, maybe, you know, certain strings in the chord. You know, you can work like that. Okay, you guys, I'm going to shut this down because I'm gabbing too much. Alright. Thank you. We will talk again soon. Bye.